And right now, it's just win-win-win at
Yeah,
this early game stage for WAHL. I mean, you feeling the WAHL right now?
really do. I really like what they're trying to do is, you know, just try to put as much pressure onto the towers, but they need to get something done. It doesn't work if they just if they just hang in there. And what it seems like they're trying to do this creep skipping again, pulling the creeps off so that their creep wave can run right into the tower and deal a lot of damage to it. And I'm not going to be sure whether Valkyrie and Thunderbringer is going to be able to stop that.
I'm pretty confident that Thunderbringer, especially with that chain lightning that he's spamming unmercilessly at this point, is destroying the elemental creeps, and of course, wearing them down bit by bit on the health bars of the heroes themselves. So he's really a great counter to this because he can put out all that AoE damage. It's very spammable, especially with his chalice that he's wrought right now. So if they keep Thunderbringer on top of these pushers, I mean that will be a
Oh,
lot.
Revi.
It'll be a lot harder to catch that. Revi, however, I mean he's in kind of this love triangle at this point. But in comes the Hag to try to do a little bit of support. Revi will go down. That Tempest will go down as well. The arrow being eaten by Bergelon, probably saving that Slither, but at the same time, we all know it's very hard pressed to run away from a Hag. That means Devourer needs to get out of here because he's a 3-on-1 right now. It's kind of weird that Wild Soul was the one that was not picked on, as he is, arguably
Follow
the most
ultimate down bottom.
dangerous at the bottom. And what's going on down south? You were saying?
Wow. Yeah, she went in with her ultimate. I thought she was gonna go for the tower push, but Revi put it down there just in time, and she's not quite ready yet to just go up against one hero and the tower at the same time. So it's just gonna use the ultimate for farming, which is always nice.
Well, once you popped it, you got to do something with it, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But this Devourer is just wrecking havoc.
oh
Oh my god.
man, should keep an eye on that Devourer a lot more. It's
I,
two
I
kills
re
now the camera's missed, but it does look like the typical, hook Devourer with a rot, and probably an auto attack in there.
yeah, and the Devourer as well. So his ultimate being used, but I really like the idea behind what WAHL are doing. Is they have those three heroes: Slither, Wild Soul, and Tempest. They're constantly pushing, constantly applying pressure, and thus Devourer was able to, kind of establish a lead, and now, Devourer can just be so super aggressive against all those heroes that just didn't have a lane because the lane was ultimately destroyed by WAHL. I just really like the play that WAHL have put up. This is really, really cool and really well thought through.
Well, it's
Because
it's
yeah,
always a great place to bust it out. The game of your deathbed.
yeah, just but nobody could have possibly seen that coming. Nobody.
Well, as you said, I
Like
mean, the lanes didn't quite add up when we were looking at them there back at the pick screen. So, I don't know,
but
maybe from now on, if something doesn't quite add up, we should assume they're trying something fun. Uh,
but it's cool. It's so cool.
well, it's working. That's the important part. Right now, it is working. I mean, the gold lead is nearly 4,000. Experience lead is very minimal, if exist. I mean, 80, 17, it goes up and down. But really, the gold, it's not even 10 minutes in. I mean, with all this extra gold, I mean, look at the spent category right now: 2,000, 2,500, 2,500 compared to, of course, Druidz. It's just not nearly as much. So what are they doing with all this gold? I mean, we got some Mystic Vestments there for Defiler.
Oh
We
sh
got Thunderbringer under pressure. Man, that Devourer is just wrecking havoc. But Tempest, getting beat on right here. Looks like he's going to go down to the Wretched Hagens. That Slither's going to be taking out that Thunderbringer. So just overall destroying Druidz at this point. Of course, Devourer took out Thunderbringer up top, and now Defiler not going to be racking up a kill on Wretched Hagen. I'm very surprised that Tempest got away, and oh man, even Legion just getting a kill there instead of awarding it. So Bubble's going down as well. I mean, it's a push strat, but we have so many kills going on. I think right now that their early to mid game might actually win this at this rate.
Yeah, it was really well played because, as I said, like, even though Warsaw goes down now, but Warsaw, like, Devourer is definitely a hero that can just dominate squishy heroes, and Thunderbringer, And you know, Valkyrie, just look, they have no stats, they have nothing, no steam boots, no, really absolutely nothing to support any kind of survivability. And if Devourer hooks in and just gets his ultimate off, that's a free kill. There, you know, and you said that at top. I just watched Devourer. He just walked up to Valkyrie, rod her. She tried to leap away. He hooked her back in, and she was dead. There was no way that she was gonna get out there. It is so, you know, well full through. I mean, you know, Bertolone and Wassel, they've gone down a couple of times, but as long as this Devourer really keeps the enemy team down, they have a very good chance of, you know, succeeding with this strategy.
I just saw Bubbles take cover through a Devourer hook. Very big props to him right there. Pep 3 playing that Bubbles. But we got the entire Legion team down here. This tower is definitely going down. Looks like they're signaling they want to push up here. And at the point, I mean, like, what do we got for items? We got boots, we got survivability, we got auras, we got, you know, lots and lots. Wow, we already have a Shield of the 5 on Tempest, so he's going for that buff strategy, and he'd probably go for a plated greaves as well down the line.
Shield of 5 also in White Soul.
Oh, okay, so maybe either double or Astrolabe, but Defiler going down, Tempest going down. This did not go the way it should have. Hammerstorm will be paying the price. Devourer, however, is in a very sticky spot right now. He's going to try to jump in there and get away. We have no stun arrow ready, but he has no homecoming stone either. So he's going to get devoured. Yeah, Devourer's going to get devoured at this point. Can they even see him?
No,
all
I don't
indication
think
says they
so.
cannot see him at this point. So he's just sitting there as people die around him. His whole team goes down. There they go. They finally found him. Thunderbolt from the heavens. So I don't know what happened there, but maybe getting a little too cocky. That item lead did not make a difference in that fight, as 4 of them went down, and I think only Hammerstorm went down as well. So 8-8 for the kills, but I mean, this tower took a lot of damage throughout that fight.
Yeah, definitely. Also, it take a lot of damage, but right now we're seeing the problem that can occur. This wretched hag now is level 9. She's got her steam boots. That is pretty big,
Yeah.
and she's gonna, you know, if the Legion don't succeed in you know just pushing in right now because they are behind in gold already, pretty large. Like, oh no, they still have the lead. I just mislooked that. So that's pretty good because of all the tower pushes. Of course, they still have a gold lead, but they need to watch out. Especially this Thunderbringer as well is a very good hero at just destroying squishy heroes that don't have any survivability items. This is gonna be really tense.
Well, I'm just checking out Tempest. Tempest now has his plated greaves. He's going to be buffing those creeps a lot. Steam boots on Slither, Defiler as well. She has her chalice and her mystic vestments. You said Wild Soul had a shield of the 5, so they could be going for a double at this point. Plated greave recipe. There we go. I thought Devourer getting that Thunderbringer down. Is he going to hook him? He's probably not even going to bother. Just going to rot him down to death. And, of course, we got the Striders on the big, funny clown-looking guy there. But what's going down south? Tempest is going to get hit in this forest. He's going to bring out the ult, though. Slither, however, has no ult to go with it, and now he's probably going to go down thanks to this Bubbles ult, and I really don't know what Devourer can do at this point. Hammerstorm gets away, knowing that nobody can do anything there, and there comes the Wild Soul playing a little bit of that carry. He's took down as well. Devourer, however, he's going to go down, but it looks like he killed no one that fight, just did a lot of damage. Thunderbringer's going to come back in, and now they have to run away because they are like 2 men down. And even at level 7, I mean, that's not super impressive at this point for that Wild Soul. So, I mean, right now we're seeing, as you said, the phenomenon. We're losing the team fights, trying to get these towers down, and the defense has the advantage. I mean, they have the creeps. They're going to have the levels. I mean, they have the experience lead right now, nearly 3,000. So, we got the gold lead on WAHL and the experience lead on Druidz, and they're almost pretty equal at that point. The tower creeps, they have the positioning, they have to be run into. So how's WAHL going to deal with this?
Yeah, it seems they committed very largely to pushing. So the only way that they really can win is pushing. Like, the other thing that they could do, they have excellent turtle heroes as well. Like, a farmed Wild Soul, that is nothing that you want to mess with, as well as Tempest, which has a game-breaking ultimate. You know, with a Tempest in the game, you're never sure to win a game, because she can always pull off an ultimate where she catches all 5 heroes and suddenly you have a genocide coming. But I think that they really wanted to get this push strat going. They wanted this Devourer to pick up heroes so they could have an easy time pushing, get, this Defiler farm as farmed as possible. It's gonna work towards Shaman Headers, I believe. And just so she can roll, so she can tank in mid game, and then if it ever comes to late game, which they really don't want to do, then they have Wild Soul. So they are pretty set. They have a pretty strong lineup. They just have to, they have to now watch out that they don't overcommit to that pushing. Because if they do that, then they might, force some team fights that they don't want to happen, and they get initiated on, lose those team fights, and eventually lose the game. So it's going to be very, very interesting how WAHL are going to handle this right now.
Well, right now I think we're just, we're double stacking creeps, we're killing jungle, we're farming the lane. It seems that they've kind of calmed down a little bit. I mean, we're at now, 16 minutes, 40 seconds. It's 10 to 11. They've lost the kill lead. As I said, they've lost the experience lead, but they still have that gold league thanks to, 3 towers down. Well, 3.5, a little bit more than 3.5 with this guy really taking a lot of damage. Now, top also is about the half range, but the mid is solely untouched at this point. And I mean, check out down south, that stun coming down on Wild Soul. Thunderbringer using his ult, but I'm not too sure what these guys are going to be able to catch them, because he's just going to fly away. A great Bergelon proc there. It does look like Richard Haig went down to
Devourer, who else? Oh no.
Yes, it doesn't say Devourer.
No, Slither. Slither was there
okay.
as well.
Yeah, it must have been a poison dot then. I was going to say, that's not a blue name. So Slither getting a kill there on that Haig. And as you said, this is what they want to do. They want to pick out these heroes and then try to push their advantage. Unfortunately, I mean, down south, Druidz is doing a little bit of pushing of their own. And of course, if it happens back to you, you're going to start losing that gold advantage that you worked so hard to get. So they have to be very defensive at this point as well.
Yeah, and they also lose the map control. I cannot stress how important that is. Like, opening up that top lane was just, opening. It was completely open. You can just move in from the forest. The Helm would have had to ward basically all the entrances to know what's going on, and the Helm were completely in control of the forest, and the Legion were completely in control of the Hellborn forest, and I can't just say, like, this really early push really was very, 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 very good. But, they kind of lost it right now. As you said, Druidz are doing, kind of pushing themselves. Druidz after the shock that they obviously had. Because I don't think that Druidz saw this coming.
We
not just
didn't.
because... Yeah, not just because we didn't, just because it's so unusual. And now they come back and they say, okay guys, just stay calm. This is like any early game strat. We can just beat it if we stay calm, get those team fights done, get the advantage back, and just go at it. But it's not like this. Devourer is really doing an amazing job.
Yeah, I finally caught a kill of his on camera, but he just took out that Thunderbringer with a little help there from Wild Soul. So calm anything but at this point. So Thunderbringer's now down. Global ult is down. That tri-lane damage that he really does is down. I guess we're not microing these pets of Tempest to hit that tower because it's going down at a very slow rate. But now at this point we got the Legion kind of segregated. I mean, they're all over the place. Thunderbringer just coming up, denied the tower. That is going to be a big blow to them because they really need that gold at this point to stay competitive. They don't have the level advantage. They only have the gold, so they have to make up with it with the items. I mean, sure, fine. The gold advantage was still furthered there, 4,500, but it would have been a lot better to have that not denied. So I don't know. I kind of suspect that they're going to swing all the way around now top and try pushing that back down simply because the creeps are starting to rack on their own tower at this point. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. And it seems that you're right, and that the Legion still commit to pushing, because otherwise I can't imagine that Wiseau would go for an Astorable. That is just the only way that I can think of that they really want to get pushing.
Oh, he picked up the Astrolabe. Oh dear.
Yeah. Astorable is Astrolabe. I just always call it Astorable. I don't know why, but
Restorable.
well, yeah,
Well, it
Astorable.
restores
That's
hit
not
points.
even an English word. It's just
No, it's
some.
restorable. Sure, it's an English word.
Yeah, but in
It's not a classification.
what I didn't like about the last push was